butter and olive oil in here. I love the flavor of butter with mushrooms, but it's got to get kind of hot. So you want to add a little oil so the butter does not burn. And I did just wash my hands 3 times, I think, in the past minute. All right, so these are homemade sausages from Harder House. They're hot Italian. It's just food prep for our pizza tonight. I'm also going to deglaze the mushrooms with this aged balsamic vinaigrette. Love it. It's not cheap, but it's worth it because you use it real sparingly. I've actually had this for a couple years, and this is a fig balsamic. It's going to go in here with salt and pepper. Now, normally you wouldn't use metal tongs in a non-stick, but I got a pretty good history with non-sticks, so I understand soft touch when it comes to the preliminary, and then I take it right the heck out of the equation and use a wooden spoon. Which you see I have plenty of right here. Okay, so progress report. We just blanched, or I steamed, the kale stems from earlier. So they're in ice water right now, cooling off. So I can bag them up or put them in a container so I can use them for stir fry or soup or what have you. Throw them in a salad. These are amazing and really good for you. Sure. Monkey girl up on the counter. So these Portobellos, super hardy. We use Portobellos primarily now. And the button mushrooms are great, but they just don't have the flavor. And they're a totally different animal in the pan. Well, not totally, but they're a lot different. More hardy than the button mushrooms. And they taste a lot like meat. I mean, a lot like meat. So we dig them, especially on a vegetarian diet. It can substitute for meat really well. Now these particular ones, again, are going to be reduced with balsamic and maybe a little thyme. And they're going on our pizza with sliced spicy Italian sausage, fresh Roma tomato, and we've got mozzarella. We got some red sauce for a base, just a little bit of red sauce. We got some fresh basil over there. And gosh, what else will we put on there? I'll probably put jalapenos on. Yep, a little bit of basil, fresh basil. And that's plenty on our pizza. We're using these 10-inch cauliflower cheese pizza crust that we get from the purveyor, and we heat them up on our pizza stone, do like a par bake, and then pull them out, let them cool a little bit, and then put our ingredients on them and slide them back in. So, neat product, really good for you, and has no bread in it whatsoever. Got a few carbs. The carbs aren't bad if you do it right. Yeah, we just got done from our lake walk. We got about a 1.75 miles lake walk we take about every day. And we just got back from it. There's diesel. And feel good. Feel really good. So the deal with these mushrooms, if you're wanting to season them, don't add a lot of salt. Salt is not a mushroom's friend, and never wash a mushroom. I can't say that enough. Don't wash a mushroom. Brush it off. You wash it, you ruin it. It soaks up all the water. It is terrible. You just ruin that mushroom. So just brush them off, keep them dry, slice them. And honestly, they grow up in a sterile environment. So there's a little bit of dirt on there. That's from their growing medium. It's inert. It's neutral, and it's actually super clean. That's the way mushrooms will grow, is in a super clean environment that's sterile. So, yeah, it's not a big deal to have a little dirt on your mushrooms. But don't put water on them, please. Okay, so this is what we're looking for, caramelized. See how caramelized those babies are? They're getting down, they're getting some brown. That butter's really doing its trick. All right, so now we're gonna add a little pepper and a little thyme and balsamic vinegar. Oh, where is my thyme? Thyme. Got time for you, baby. A little thyme on there. Cracked black. And I don't salt these. A couple different reasons. I mentioned before, salt, not a big deal on mushrooms. And then the balsamic's going on there too, so it's going to add its own layer of salt. So you really don't have to. Boy, I can really smell the thyme coming up off those hot mushrooms. And that's a lovely aroma. Awesome stuff. So on these sausages, I'm trying to just roll them over on each side and get 4 sides of doneness so you can actually get a really good, even cook on those. So you can see my thyme in there on those mushrooms. You see that? You smell that? Smell the vision? Huh? Okay. Incorporate black pepper and thyme a little bit. Heat it back up in the pan a little bit. Turn the heat up.
Oh, man, it smells good.
Does it smell good?
Mm-hmm.
So one of the main reasons I do this before I put these on the pie is because when you put a raw mushroom on a pie, it really waters out and it releases all its moisture and it kind of creates a lake on top of your pie. So anything you can do to kind of cook the stuff before you put them on your pizza, or put the raw stuff on after it comes out, then slice it, like Roma's or basil even. You want to wait until you take it out, the pizza sits for about 5 minutes, then you can actually slice it, and then you can put your raw accoutrement on top. Probably the best way and the most flavor you're going to get out of your pie. Now I do see people and I've done this too, slice a thick Roma and put it on that pizza, and then put the other ingredients on there. It will hold up if you cut it thick enough, and then pull it out and slice it and do all that fun stuff. And we'll show you that later, I promise you. Okay, so now we're up to heat. The mushrooms are moving around real well. They're really kind of gathering up all the, all right, put that there, put this here. They're gathering up all the bits of flavor from the thyme and the black pepper and the rest of the oils, and the butter is really absorbed into these beauties. So now I just try to find one that's a little too blonde and give it more color by flipping it over. I'm being really anal right now, but if you know me, you know that's part of my DNA. Can't help it. OCD when I'm in the kitchen. Not just the kitchen, unfortunately. Am I losing my towel? Okay, so separation's good in the pan. You've heard that from Julie and Julia, or whatever the one's called, but what's her face, Amy. Okay, so what you want to do with balsamic is never refrigerate it, for one. Keep it on your counter. Keep it in your cupboard. But give it a little shake. Make sure everything kind of is dispersed up. Buy good balsamic vinegar. I can't stress that enough. Spend a little money. You don't use a whole lot of it anyway. Buy a good aged balsamic. In fact, I've got several in my basket at Amazon right now. I'll do a show and tell with some of the new condiments that we got, and then I'll do a condiment show to kind of show you what a chef keeps in his cupboard with all his condiments and in his fridge. We'll just kind of go step by step through all that, and then we'll go through our refrigeration and show what we keep around day to day. You see a squirrel? That little bastard. Anyhow, sorry, we got a thing for squirrels around here. They've been crawling up under our vehicles and kind of chewing on stuff, so we're not real big fans of squirrels right now. Okay, so this pan's super hot. Going in with the balsamic. You can hear it. So do a little flippy flipperson. Now flipping does more than just kind of move everything around. What it does, and any good chef or saucier will tell you this, it helps everything get absorbed in the pan. So when you flip and you get that oxygen involved in that vegetable material, anything wet in there absorbs into the actual veg. Stock, butter, oil, balsamic, all that. But look at this color now. Can you see that color? I mean, they're beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and done. So really they don't need anything else. I'm gonna turn the heat off. I might let them sit there just for a minute longer while we tend to these sausages. Give me Mr. Sausage. Oh yeah, they're looking sexy. Shondale, can you do me a favor, baby? Could you give me a done plate for the sausages? Thank you, darling. Yeah. So there's little crusties down here on the bottom of this pan. I'm just kind of mopping it up with the sausages themselves. So, you know, clear pan that doesn't have all that stuff in the bottom fries better. So I'm trying to make it to where it's a little bit cleaned up. And it'll get more color on these babies. Look at that. Oh yeah. Love it. You want it to get some deep, rich color before you pull it. So we're almost there, kids. Almost there. Can I juggle? Still juggle? Maybe not. Nope. That was my entertainment for the day. What are you making over there, Shondale?
I am getting ready to make
Sure.
I'm getting ready to make some Baileys, homemade Baileys.
Homemade Baileys. Seems intricate. What do you got there?
Jameson, vanilla, almond extract, instant coffee, heavy cream, condensed milk, and some Hershey's dark syrup.
Wow, and is it all going in this cool thing?
Mm-hmm. That's my jug.
Oh, that's cool.
And it just goes all in the blender for about 30 seconds, and voila.
Homemade Baileys. That's how we do it out here on Quarantine Island. Make sure we use the resources around us. This is common. That stuff in your cupboard right there. I mean, obviously, you might not have heavy cream or
We do. I
that,
have it for my
but
coffee.
yeah, this is a standard thing for our coffee. I mean, we're vegetarian, but we aren't silly. We understand the value of cream. Yeah, that's what she's doing. Let's go finish our sausages. There's that dog. Here are some of our fruits, dry ingredients, sausage, shrooms. Oh yeah. Really liking the way those turned out. Those are going to be great on that pizza. And again, that's that balsamic. Alright guys, so that's the end of our prep video for the pizzas. For now, I'll get another one going later when we actually make them. Peace out from Matt and Shondale. Be well and stay healthy.